So it goes from the napalm victims straight to the Agent Orange victims, and that is and it's crazy. It's something that you don't think could ever happen to people. I was just blown away that there's someone out there that is in that situation and is living with it and dealing with it, and that the country I'm from did that.
I think the most difficult time to my family was in the early of 1975, because at that time a lot of bombs were dropped in my village, and people had to leave the village and live as refugees in some cities or towns far away from the village. My family at that time, we have, including my mother, we have 7 people. A widow with 6 little children, you can imagine.
It's a hard thing to deal with, being there, and wouldn't say I felt guilty, but absolutely to a certain extent. I mean, I mentally I didn't feel guilty because I know that I wasn't around then, but it's not like there's a whole lot different right now. Things going on in the Middle East.
The war never brings anything good to people. I don't know. Maybe some other people could get benefit or could take advantage of the war, but civilians, mothers and children are always victims of the war.
And I think it was at that point the napalm sort of shocked me and made me realize where I was. And then you're going through all these things, and you're right beside Vietnamese people, and they're just they're there for class, and they're taking notes, and they're paying you no mind. They're not giving you any mean looks, and I was a little scared to talk to them about it right then. I didn't want to, it was almost like I didn't want them to have to deal with me being there. As I was going through the museum, it just got worse and worse. It was just growing. There was a despair in me that I couldn't, it didn't subside until I was out of there.
What I'm going to tell you is just my personal thoughts. I don't want to be the representative of the whole nation or someone else. But to me, I think that my country's past a loss of war. We had a loss of war. Since we built a country, we had to face invasion. For so many years, we had Chinese invaders came here to attack the country, to put the domination in the country, and then French, Japan, and then American. So people say, oh, we keep the hostile attitude toward those who once invaded our country. We will have hard time for the life.
Almost like, why are they not more mad at us? Like, I almost want them to be, so that I can not. It would help me if I think it would help me get over it if I could understand. It would make more sense to me if they were just mad at us. And it's just hard to realize that it seems like that they've just kind of moved on and they don't worry about it anymore, and you wonder why the United States as a country can't do that.
I myself recognize very clearly who comes here to help the country develop. Even during the war, students take part in some protests against the Vietnam War. I really appreciate those activities in your country. So I myself think that we are okay. American professors and businessmen and students are welcome here.